What's up, y'all? Welcome. I'm KyleMichael, and I'm gonna do a little special video for you all on an important part of life that I think I know we all go through, right? And I did a video recently about loss, and this is going to kind of expand upon that video and give you a law of love, a law of love. The number one law of love that if you know ahead of time, you'll be able to appreciate it more, not be caught off guard, maintain your power, and be genuine and sincere as you go through it. Right? So the number one law of love, okay? And it goes deep. And I heard this, and when I heard these words, it touched me in a deep way. So they go like this: the moment that you love, the moment that you love is the moment that you guarantee yourself loss. Let me say that again. The moment that you love is the moment that loss becomes written down in stone in the contract that you are signing for that person. Loss is there. It's going to come in some shape or form. And I don't always mean breakup, right? Because, one big area that I have dived very deep into and learning and studying and experiencing is relationships and male-female dynamics, right? And so in a lot of relationships, loss can happen where the relationship doesn't work out, right? And you have to know that going into it. You don't necessarily want to come from the position where you are going to live in a negative place, because then you might self-sabotage a relationship. You don't want to do that. But it is a possibility. I mean, we just got to be real, It's just got to be real. Life is not always a fairy tale, and it's not always rainbows. You can, to the degree that you love is to the degree that you can lose. And so to the degree that it means the world is to the degree that it's going to feel like your world is ripped from you, There's the relationships. But then you take it a step further. Say that relationship that you have does last a lifetime. Well, it still only lasts a lifetime. Right? So either you may pass or they may pass. And it could happen whatever. It could happen like that. No day is promised from your end or theirs. And not just intimate relationships or sexual kind of relationships, but relationships in general. People that you love and care about. So it's like the moment that you love, and it's not a decision that you consciously make. You just love when But the moment that you put it out there and you feel it is the moment that you sign the contract. And on that, loss is included. But it's worth it. And, I know I touched on this in my last video. Because there are many philosophies out there that teach non-attachment to try to bypass pain. And from the place that I come from now, I feel that is to take away living life. To take away what it is to be human. And it's weak. Because it's living life from a scared place. Because I get it, and it might sound tranquil, non-attachment, right? If you're not attached, then you won't be upset when you lose. Yes, that's true. But guess what? You're missing an important piece to life. And that beautiful piece is to be able to feel, and to feel to its full extent. Do not deprive yourself from that. And that's what those philosophies do. They deprive that ultimate feeling of true connecting and truly feeling the feeling. Because guess what? Love feels incredible. And to be connected or attached to someone that you love is an incredible feeling. And yes, it will hurt incredibly when it goes. That's true. But that's a part of it, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Be strong enough. Be strong enough to deal with the suffering. See, some of these philosophies are saying, let's do whatever we can to relieve suffering. How about we do whatever we can to be able to be strong in the midst of the suffering? To know that there is light at the end of the tunnel and that we will come out of it better and stronger and wiser and have been able to feel life in its full entirety. And be thankful. Be thankful for the suffering. Because the suffering is the proof that you loved. Suffering is the proof that you got to feel something incredible. And yes, nothing lasts forever. The law of love. Nothing lasts forever. And neither does suffering. And time does heal all wounds. And it does not necessarily erase the scars. But the scars don't necessarily have to hurt anymore. But you can be proud of your scars. Because they're your proof that you lived. And you loved. Let's think of a new way. A new way of being, and a new way of thinking about certain philosophies. That being attached to someone is actually a beautiful thing. Being attached to things are beautiful because it means you're living, but do not be entangled. Don't be in the point, and don't be in the position where when it fades, you can't get out of it and you can't move forward. That's not good. That's what you want to avoid, to not be entangled. But by knowing this, by going into it with the full awareness that, yes, I will allow myself to love, even while I know it will not last forever. I will do all I can to make it last for as long as it is meant to last. And if I am to pass for my energy and spirit and self-expression that was given in this relationship to live on, so that person is a better person from having knowing me. That's a powerful place to come from. Or if you have to move on and live because someone else has passed, knowing that you carry them and their spirit, their energy, their essence, their expression lives on through you. And so as you live your life, they live too. That is a different way of thinking about love and attachment. You know, I had a discussion with some Buddhists about this, and I was not very well received because I questioned, not to say all Buddhists, but in this particular conversation. And I was a little off-put by the closed-mindedness of this group, but they're on their journey, and I'm on mine. And I'm not here to say who's right and who's wrong, because maybe it's right for them, but I want to present a different way of being and or thinking. Right? There's nothing wrong, right? If you the thing that you fear to question the most is the thing that you must question the most. That's the very first thing you should question. And I'm at the place where it really came to me. And it really came that attachment's not the issue, entanglement's the issue. We need to rethink how we think about that, because when you dive into it, what it's doing is it's basically, from my perspective right now, it's basically like the person that won't allow themselves to get into a relationship because they don't want to be hurt. And guess what? They'll be granted that. They won't get hurt, but they also live a lonely existence, a lonely life. Did they truly live? They got what they wanted, but they missed out on so much. Is the fear of pain and suffering worth not living? So, when you go into a relationship, you can go into it strong and aware and full. Don't be afraid to love. Don't be afraid to give your heart. Reserve it to those that deserve it. Reserve it for those that deserve it. But when you find those that deserve it, give it. And do not be afraid. And know, in some way, shape, or form, like all things, things end in some way. But God, the best, it's just the best kind of love, man. Those times, they're so worth it. They're worth every tear. To know that every smile and every laugh that was shared is worth every tear that is shed in its absence. Be thankful for what was, and know if you're still here, there's more to come, if you allow it. That you can be strong in the midst of the pain. Have the strength and courage to walk through the fire, not run away. The only difference between the hero and the coward isn't how they feel, but the coward runs away and the hero moves forward. Keep moving, okay? The law of love, understanding this law, will allow you to feel it in its entirety and be aware of it and have it sincere appreciation for every moment. You'll begin to be more mindful in the moment, because sometimes we get caught in it, and then suddenly it's gone, and it's like, huh. And imagine if you could have appreciated the moments more, have been in the moments more, weren't always tucked away on the cell phone, and weren't always, your mind's here and there and there and there, instead of in the moment with that person, no matter who it is. I'm not just talking about male, female, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. I'm talking about any kind of relationships, best friends, parents, loved ones, the people that you love, the people that make this life worth living, because life is not meant to be lived alone. We were not meant to live alone. And you know that. Yes, people can hurt you. Or should I say, their actions can bring up pain within you because it didn't go the way that you wanted it. Okay? But that's still coming from you, but yes, that can happen. But you know that you can be strong enough to have full awareness of this and still move forward. And it doesn't mean that you allow people to take advantage of you or intentionally hurt you or unintentionally hurt you. Sometimes you have to end it for you, even when that hurts. But you can be in more control by the awareness of this. This law, when you understand it, I believe gives you more power and more freedom. The freedom to really live. So don't be afraid to love. And if you say to yourself, I'm not afraid to love, then you have to at the same time say, I'm not afraid to lose. Not anymore. I'm going to live and I'm going to love. And if I do lose, I'm going to be thankful and I'm going to be the best person I can be in the midst of it. And hopefully help others along the way. Okay? All right. I'm going to end it there. Thank you for joining me for this. Hope it was meaningful for you. I got to release a lot. Thank you. If you have any questions about this topic in detail or subconscious engineering, a particular style of what we call hypnotherapy, guided meditation and imagery that I provide, you can email me at KyleMichael@magicminds.com. Also, feel free to check out my Instagram. I do Minute of Motivations that get posted first on there, and that's at Magic Minds. Check out www.magicminds.com. I have some really cool content on there. You can get to know more about me, and you can see some of my awesome products that I've done. I have more to come, more that I'm working on, but there's some really great stuff, such as Subconscious Style I did with an incredible image consultant, Pablo Rivera, on there. That's an amazing product. And then Internal Healing, an incredible place to start. But yeah, check it out if you're interested. And KyleMichael Dory. Not hard to find if you want to learn more, okay? All right. Keep going. Keep growing. Live life and love life.